name is Dr. Brett Geier. I'm an assistant professor at the University of South Florida, a former educator in Michigan, and left as a superintendent. The title of this case is "The Wall Between Church and State Begins to Crumble. One Small Community's Struggle with Sectarian Influence in the Public Schools." Readers, I think, will find interest in this case, especially as practitioners, because the influence of religion in schools is one of the most contested topics throughout the United States. And a lot of times it has to do with the culture of the environment that the school is in, and oftentimes administrators are challenged between their personal religious beliefs and what is allowable by law. This particular case was a situation in Southwest Michigan where a small local church had a strong influence over the public schools. In fact, the church actually, in a quasi-fashion, wanted to have a stronger influence in the public schools than is typically seen. The church wanted to significantly control what was happening in the public schools, increase their membership in the church, but they saw it as a mission to use the school and the school population to carry out their mission. That being said, there was a strong court decision that came out in the early 1990s where the Board of Education was required to remove a painting of Jesus that hung in the hallway. So there was a significant contest between this particular church and the school for a lengthy period of time. There were essentially two groups in this community, those that went to this church and those that did not. Out of a 7-member board, 4 of the board members actually served in leadership roles in the church. So there was a lot of influence that this particular church wanted to push onto the school system. Because of this influence, there were a number of employees that went to this church and attempted to carry out the mission for the church into the school. The principal was acknowledging the athletic director who was becoming a leader in a church in a neighboring city. When he did this, this was done at a basketball game at halftime, and part of the celebration was to actually read from the Bible as part of the celebration. So a number of people in the gym at that time were ecstatic because the principal had done this, and a number of them were mortified from the fact that he had done this. There's absolutely a certain time and place that this needs to occur, and I don't think, without question, the principal circumvented what should have been done. Principals are going to be faced with these contests of religion and people's ideologies in public schools. Unfortunately, the law in many cases will prevent them from carrying out their own beliefs. However, there are a number of laws that are established that give guidance to these principals on what they can and can't do. But as I said, a lot of times it's because of the culture of where the school is located that certain things are acceptable or not acceptable on a cultural basis that do run contradictory to decisions that state courts or the Supreme Court have made. So this article gives a good opportunity for practicing administrators and aspiring administrators to look at how they will react to conflict that occurs in their schools relative to people's personal religious beliefs, and help them to work through maybe some of the issues that they may have personally to carry out the mission of the school, which in many cases is to limit the influence that the school has over religious indoctrination.